Hello, everyone. Welcome to the preview for the Chelsea game on Thursday. We have Sam and Aaron on the show, otherwise known as Sarum. First initial thoughts.
I hate that.
I
really hate it.
You don't like it?
Really hate it.
That's good, because I'm going to keep using it if you both hate it. So happy days on my end, because I'll just keep baiting you. It's not a problem at all. First initial thoughts going into this one, lads, because Brentford was a proper setback, wasn't it? So, Aaron, just give us your thoughts heading into Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I actually switched the Brentford game off after about 60 minutes. And you know what? I don't usually turn a game off, but that was absolutely
diabolical, wasn't it?
It's like, it was kind of one of them things where it was like, I can't watch this again. I physically couldn't watch it again. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's never happened to me, but if your bird kept cheating on you, there's got to be one time where you think, nah, I'm not doing this again.
Enough's enough. I'm sick of walking in with you and fucking Peter from work. You can get to fuck, mate.
Peter?
Yeah, just a random name that popped into my head. Don't sweat it. Sam, are you also having traumatic experiences heading into this as well?
I'm kind of, what's the word? Apathetic to United at the minute. I'm just kind of at the point where, like, can we just end the season? Can we just be done with it? Much like, remember during Ragnick, where we were just like the Terminator, where he's lost his legs and we were just dragging ourselves towards the end of the season, just going, end the fuck. That's where I'm at with it at this point, because I don't have any faith in us to do anything. If we do get to the final of the FA Cup, we're just going to get battered by City. So what's the fucking point? So yeah, I'm kind of just sort of resigned to the fact that it's going to be an awful end to the season and we're not going to enjoy anything. Because I think we've had our one enjoyment in the Liverpool game in the Cup. And I think that's it. I don't think we get anything else.
Yeah, I've no idea myself what's going to happen for what it's worth. For no idea. Could not predict it. Probably going to be one of the hardest ones because both teams have just been really weird this season. One thing I want to get from you, though, that will be definite. So 3 questions each. Aaron, I'll start with you. One thing that will definitely happen on Thursday, one thing that could shock everyone, and one thing that definitely won't happen for the game Thursday night.
One thing that definitely will happen, that our midfield's going to get overrun for 90 minutes.
Correct.
One thing that could shock.
What do you think? What could be a surprise factor, potentially?
I don't know about a shock, but I think it's a surprise. I think Mason Mount will start.
Yeah, I like that.
And what was the last one?
One thing that definitely won't happen.
I mean, take your pick. I was going to say, take your pick, man.
They definitely won't happen that United will keep a clean sheet.
Okay, I like it. Sam, what are you going for?
So something that definitely will happen.
Yep.
Casemiro scissor tackling someone and getting a booking.
Yeah.
It just seems to happen every time he comes on the pitch.
That's you're kind of being your bonnet in a minute, isn't it? Casemiro with a scissor tackle.
He did it against Brentford. Fucking did it.
He came on the bonnet.
3 minutes. I love it. 3 minutes. And he came on and he fucking scissor tackles someone. And then Leacher plays a fucking hospital pass. He's just, for fuck's sake, man.
Wasn't great,
ridiculous.
Was it?
Something that definitely won't happen. United taking a corner and it being effective. That definitely won't happen.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to.
And one thing.
We either take it short or it goes fucking to the first man. That's always the thing that happens.
One thing that can shock any element of surprise.
Raheem Sterling takes a good free kick.
Okay. All right. I think that definitely would be a shock factor.
Did we see that? Sure. Did anybody see that free kick that he took?
Raheem Sterling fucking having a good game against us because he's always dog shit against us, Sterling, isn't he? Probably famous last words, but he's usually always shit. Probably. But yeah, you're both right in what you're saying, though. We're back to square one. Same old inconsistent behaviour, same old nonsense, same old shit. That Brentford performance, lads, is probably up there with the Fulham game. As far back as I remember, memory-wise, I'm trying to think of other awful games. Galatasaray, Bournemouth.
Yeah,
there's been a couple. This year. So there weren't many positives coming out of that, Aaron. But if there was one that I was to kind of grab and force out there, it was the fact that Angel Onana is starting to kind of flourish now as the number one. What have you made of his progress? Because his first 6 months was fucking horrendous, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was definitely one of his big critics, 100%.
I think we all were. I don't think any of us were happy with it, were they?
No.
His shot stopping is definitely looks better now. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or it was just maybe he had like one or two mistakes that rolled into more and more, and he couldn't kind of get out the rut. But whatever's changed, he's definitely making better saves. I still think his distribution I'm not impressed with. I don't know if that's a team thing. But
in what sense? Like, because his long balls are relatively decent. He's we set up quite a few attacks with that. Do you mean more like just playing out from the back, or?
Well, how often does that happen? I'm talking like over a 90 minutes. Like sometimes he just lumps it up and then
that's instruction though from Ten Hag.
That's what I mean. That's why I don't get if it's the team or it's him. Yeah. But I'm just that was the one thing that we were also excited about. Oh, he's going to like be there. He's like kind of going to be like a 12th man, as in like an outfield player. But I'm yet to see that. That's the one thing that's disappointing me the most. I just don't feel like he's any more effective than De Gea was from distribution. Yeah. But yeah, we're talking about positives. His shot stopping has definitely been more positive.
I do feel he's been slightly limited with the players he's had in front of him, though. If you go from Lissandro to Johnny Evans, it changes the complete style of the way you play. Even because he's one of them who likes camping on the edge of his 18-yard box and pushing up, and you can't do that when you have Evans and Maguire in the team because the whole defensive line's just right back. Do you know what I mean?
To be fair, Johnny Evans has probably been one of our better centre backs this season.
No, he has. He's been good. I just mean stylistically, though, with the system, everything changes completely. From as soon as, obviously, not for the Brentford game because he was pretty poor, but usually when Lissandro's in that back line, everything changes around him completely. And the same thing with Luke Shaw as well. There are a couple of stats here, though, that I thought was interesting. So no goalkeeper has prevented more goals than Andre Onana in the Premier League this season. He's also kept 8 clean sheets. Only David Raya has recorded more, which is bizarre, especially considering the start that we just discussing, Sam.
Can we just point out as well, though, he has faced more shots than any other goalkeeper.
Of course, yeah. So there's context to it. Yeah, there's context to it, of course. In fairness, in the Brentford game, 31 shots they had. We lost. We drew 1-1. Yeah. In the game where De Gea played, 14 shots in that game. We lost 4-0. Yeah. So we're still doing bits. He made 2 fucking really good saves in that game as well. But he got asked about this in a press conference, Sam, Ten Hag, about the shots conceded and if he thought it was an issue. And he kind of responded by saying, as long as we get results, no, we've lost many second balls and then you have to defend the box. That's what we did quite well, and we had a great goalkeeper. We concede shots, but don't concede many goals. What are your thoughts on that?
I understand his point. Yeah, it is worrying. I understand why he's saying it, because he can't just come out and go, it's fucking unacceptable, and chuck his players under the bus. Because we've seen what happens when managers do that. It doesn't
do a CM Punk media scrum.
Yeah, just fucking shit on everybody and just say, I'm working with children. I'm working with children. The company's a fucking disgrace. Like, but you can't do that.
Basically what Rangnick did almost, didn't it? Like,
well, Rangnick knew he wasn't going to be there. So Rangnick was like, well, fuck it, I can't. But then you saw what happened. Jose did it and he lasted, 2 more months? And then he's fucking gone. So you can't do that. So I understand why he's saying it, but I also get why the fans are getting annoyed with some of his answers with stuff where he's like saying, "Oh, we played well," and it's just like, have you watched the same game we have? Because we haven't. So I understand both sides of it, but I'm hoping, I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping behind the scenes he is fucking worried about it, and he is going, we need to stop this. We need to stem the bleed of these shots, because you cannot keep going on and on against teams having 20 shots, 25 shots, 31 shots a game, and then just expect Onana to pull you out of the mud every single time, because eventually it's not going to go well and you're going to concede multiple goals. So we're lucky we're against a Chelsea team who, Cole Palmer aside, can't seem to finish the dinner either, and are not that great. So we might get lucky again. We might concede 20 odd shots and still get away with it. But when we got Liverpool on Sunday, it might be a battering on the cards, man, because they take their chances most of the time, and they took it against Brighton. Didn't play well against Brighton and still managed to beat them. So yeah, I'm worried about it, and I'm hoping behind the scenes he's worried and he's just saying it for other reasons rather than that's what he actually thinks. If that's what he actually thinks, we're in trouble, in serious trouble.
Yeah. It is a weird balance in it, Aaron, because we've got all these shots, 20 against Luton, 31 against Brentford, totaling up to a ridiculous amount. And like Sam said as well, Chelsea are also wasteful, so you can almost afford to do it on the right day. I'm not sure how much you remember the first leg when we played them back in early December. The way both these teams are performing at the moment, how far apart are they, would you say? Despite, what the league table says.
Well, I'll go to the first game first. From what I remember, it was basically just like organised chaos. It was end to end.
Yeah.
And I think both teams had quite a lot of shots. And I think we did have the better chances. I felt like it was one of them games where we should have probably scored more, but Chelsea also had good chances. And if it was their day, they'd have put like 3 or 4 past us. But like you were saying about, you can do it against certain teams, but it's not sustainable football what we're playing. It's really not, because you get a run of games where, say, like Onana goes for a bad patch and he's facing that many shots. It could be 3 games in a row where you're getting dumped like 3 or 4-0. It's just not for me, to be honest. I know like people like exciting football and that, but it's exciting to me.
It's exciting, and then there's like worry, isn't there?
Yes, that's what I mean.
That's what it is when we watch United. It's more concerned and worry rather than exciting.
And then I don't think we're that far apart. I know the table, they're sitting in like, what, are they 10th now or
11th at the minute.
But that could have quite easily been us. I don't think we're head and shoulders above them. Talent-wise, in certain areas of the pitch, I think they've actually got a better team than us. I don't know. I'm not sold on Pochettino. We'll probably get into that later, but I don't think there's much between us. Like, we could play next season and roles reversed and there'd be nothing in it. I think we could play each other. Like, we'll play each other on Thursday. Could play each other, and I think it will always be a game like it was at the start. It'll just be end to end, because there's no organisation in either team.
Yeah.
And it'll just be who can outscore each other.
It's interesting because it is a very 50-50 fixture, and the stats say exactly that. So Man United versus Chelsea is the most drawn fixture in Premier League history, with 26 games. Man United are unbeaten in their past 11 Premier League games against Chelsea since a 1-0 away loss in November 2017. Now, if we just touch on Chelsea for a minute, Sam, if you want to make yourself feel slightly better, they are obviously having a worse season than us. They are currently sat in 11th on 40 points. But the funny thing is, we've actually lost more games than them, which I didn't realise, because we haven't drawn many this season. Yeah. Some of the big money signings for them haven't hit the ground running. Question marks over Poch. They're coming off a 2-2 draw against Burnley, which Burnley was down to 10 men, but they haven't lost in the last 5. So they are a very mixed bag, Chelsea. They're a weird kind of thing to analyse. But I wanted to ask you about one of the main individuals in Cole Palmer, who's an obvious threat for them. How good has he been this season, and where do you kind of rate him amongst like signings of the season?
I think he's up there. I think he's a very, very good signing. I can see, I like his ambition as well. He was at City and he could have just sat there, got his 20, 30 minutes, won titles, won trophies, and just been like, I'm a multiple-time Premier League winner, I'm a multiple-time Champions League winner, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And been all right with it. But he's not. He's like, no, I want to play every week, week in, week out. I'm a bit annoyed because apparently he's from Wivenshaw and he's a United fan, and we've let him slip through our fingers, which is infuriating. Because how many times has that happened? Like, the amount of time the players have gone to City. Or I
can imagine him in a United kit, He's really good.
Apparently, his whole family is like from Wivenshaw, all massive Reds. So, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, how much did he buy him for? 45? 40?
Yeah.
So, great price, I think, for a young English striker. I think if we would have went in for him, probably would have been a lot more. But that's United tax for you. I think, how many goals has he got now? 12 goals?
In all comps, I'm pretty sure I had it here somewhere. 16 goals, all competitions, 16, and I think he's got like 12 assists as well,
exactly,
which is fucking insane.
Ridiculous numbers that, especially for his first full season. I know he's had bit parts for City previously, but his first full season, hits the ground running. I like the way his style. He's got great movement off the ball. His touch is fantastic. He's got a shot on him, like he can fire a rocket, tap-ins, all that stuff. I think he's a really complete forward, and he's only 21, 20.
Yeah, he's young.
He's young, so he's only going to get better. So yeah, I like him a lot, and without him, I think Chelsea would be a lot worse off. They probably wouldn't have won as many games or drawn as many games because he's pulled them out of the mud a couple of times with the last minute. I'm thinking about the cup game against Middlesbrough. So he pulled them out of that, didn't he? They were getting beat by Middlesbrough. Michael Carrick was like masterclass in it, and the event he came up with the goods. Ended up going on to the final, but obviously losing against Liverpool. So yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's a great player, and I wish we had him because just imagine Højlund and him.
Yeah,
that's that forward line.
Be better than McTominay and him, wouldn't it? I suppose just getting in each other's way.
I had a debate about McTominay today with somebody at work, and I'm just like, why does everybody not see what I see with McTominay? Like,
I think rival fans look at him, see him scoring goals. The fact he's got like 9 goals, I think, this season, and they're like, "Oh, well, he's scoring," because they don't watch full 90 minutes. They just see like almost clips of him, don't they?
Offers nothing.
No.
Like, just.
No, we've known it for a while. Even under Ollie, like the guy's limited. I think we've known that for a long, long time. Palmer to the Euros, lads. Do you think he should go?
I would.
I would, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, interesting.
I think he's in better form, and I think he's more versatile than, say, Ollie Watkins. Watkins has gone off the boil a little bit. I think Cole Palmer could play in the striker, but he could play on either side of the striker, and he could play in the 10 as well. So he's in multiple positions. I would take him over like Watkins.
Even as that, if you're presenting Rashford and Cole Palmer to me now, I'm picking Palmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird because he's been kind of predominantly playing on the right-hand side for Chelsea from what I've seen. He's been starting to play like Mudryk as a 10, but it is fluid and it is rotational. There is like constant movement around. So I'd be interested to see who Southgate takes, especially in the attacking element and the midfield department as well. Just whilst we're on the topic of managers, Aaron, talk to me about Poch at Chelsea. What have you made of him so far? Because obviously there was this debate, wasn't there, before Ten Hag came to United, Poch or Ten Hag, which one do you want? What have you made of his time at Chelsea?
I remember Gary Neville pushing really hard that United should be going for Pochettino. I've never been sold on him. In terms of, don't get me wrong, I've rated him when he was at the job he did at Tottenham. I thought was getting him to a final.
On a shoestring budget as well.
Exactly, limited resources. So he was ready to take the step up, and then he went to PSG, and I'm sure in the first season, didn't Leo win the title?
Yeah, 2020 was it?
And he got,
I think, yes,
they got knocked out of the Champions League early as well. I think it was like finals, last 16 or something.
And then I don't know, he kind of struggled there, and then for a manager to struggle at PSG domestically as well, it's like, I don't know,
big question marks, isn't it?
And I get this big egos and that there, but I don't buy into that because I feel like as a top manager, you should be able to manage anyone. And that's part and parcel of managing a big team. I mean, you go to Real Madrid, there's going to be an ego there. United, there's going to be an ego there. So when everyone was like shouting for him to come to United, I was thinking, what's the difference between him and Ollie, really? That's how I looked at it. Like, what was the difference?
Yeah, I think with Poch, from what he'd done at Southampton and Spurs, I mean, that only kind of holds weight so long, doesn't it, before you start talking about big trophies and stuff like that. Like,
because you've got to level up from that. That's like saying about, I was a good footballer back at the age of like 10 to 12.
Yeah, it's
never
fucking
made it to an
now,
academy,
mate.
but you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah, I get that.
And then Chelsea, I thought, was a strange fit for him. I just didn't really see how it worked because I feel like he's more of a manager he's better off getting stuff out of what he's already got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he did at Southampton and he did at Spurs. I don't know if he's a manager for identifying big names and bringing them in, and like he struggled at PSG. I don't know if he's that manager.
Either. The fans don't like him.
No, they're calling for Jose already, aren't they? From what I've seen, shouting Jose Mourinho's name. Which
I don't know if he's that guy that's going to bring in big names. I feel like he's the type of manager that you give him a certain budget and you give him young players and he'll bring them through. I feel like he
wants his own players done in his own style kind of implemented in him.
I feel like he's maybe a bit like Ollie, where he'll get the team on his side, but in a big team, they don't care about how nice you are. They care about what you're winning, and he seems to fall short every time.
Yeah, I think Chelsea isn't the right marriage with Poch. I think, honestly, I get why some fans would be sceptical about Mourinho, but if you want someone to win there and now with a group of experienced players or expensive players, I think Mourinho's probably the one. Poch it's going to be a long-term project, and I'm not sure how patient Chelsea fans will be, especially whilst they're currently sitting 11th.
Yeah, you've got to be a certain type of manager to manage at Chelsea. Like you've always seen it, like Ancelotti, guys that can come in and
demand
go from now. Yeah,
for sure.
Also, Chelsea. Sorry, Nick. Also, Chelsea.
No,
it doesn't matter even if you're successful, they'll still get rid of you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you could be as successful as you want. They got rid of Conte. They got rid of Ancelotti. They got rid of
Di Matteo won the Champions League.
That's what I mean.
They did the same with Tuchel as well.
That's what I mean. Like, you can win shit. You're still getting the bullet at the end of the day. So.
Yeah, they have been absolutely savage, haven't they? Just a quick update on head-to-head or more like league stats between both teams. Who do you think scored more goals in the Premier League, Chelsea or United?
I want to say Chelsea.
I'll go United then.
Chelsea have 49 goals. United have 40. Who do you think's conceded more?
Us, definitely.
Yeah, I'm going to say us.
No, Chelsea, 47. Chelsea conceded.
What's their goal difference then?
Well, theirs would be 2, I think, plus 2.
It's better than ours then.
Yeah, we've conceded 40 goals and scored 40 goals.
That's what made me work off who scored more goals.
Yeah.
We've never got a good goal difference ever.
But we have got more clean sheets. We've got 8 clean sheets. Chelsea have got 5 as it stands. Right, we're going to do some quick fire questions. So make sure you get involved in the chat and smash a like on the video if you haven't done already. Will any team Thursday night keep a clean sheet?
Nope.
Who's a bigger flop, Mudryk or Anthony?
Mudryk.
I'd say it's about equal, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd probably echo that. Who's a better manager, Ten Hag or Poch?
Ten Hag.
Skip me on that one. I don't want to answer.
No, you have to push it for that. Gun to your head, Aaron. Who do you think's a better? Genuinely, honestly, who do you think's a better manager?
Ten Hag's won trophies. Poch hasn't.
Does Poch win a trophy last season at United? Scott, nah. I'm going to go say Ten Hag.
Okay, I like that answer. Who's a better player, Conor Gallagher or McTominay?
Oh,
Conor
Jesus
Gallagher.
Christ.
Conor Gallagher.
Like, do you want to kick in the balls or poke in the eye? Like, fucking hell, that's a choice.
Yeah, Henry Jones just said that's like picking between diarrhea and constipated.
Like, fucking flip a coin. Have I got a coin?
Yeah. Let me just, I'm going to read out Simon Davis's chat because he is a City fan and he was mentioned about Cole Palmer. I'm gutted City sold him. I'm going 2-1 Chelsea. Sorry, dude, but we simply don't know what to expect from United at the moment in time. Chelsea are a touch more consistent at present. That's very interesting. Sorry, Sam. What are you saying?
I'll go Gallagher just because I've seen enough of McTominay to know that he's not worth the thing. I haven't seen enough of Gallagher to definitely know that he's not a decent player.
Will Cole Palmer score?
Yeah.
No.
Prediction for man of the match?
Fucking hell.
Life as a United fan.
They're
Johnny Evans.
Johnny Evans. Their fullback, what's he called? Gusto, yeah.
I like Gusto.
I'm going to go Højlund.
Ireland, interesting. Should we get into Predicted 11s, fellas?
Yeah,
we've all gone slightly different, haven't we? I believe.
Slightly. So yeah, you're up first, Nick.
I believe I went Onana. I don't know what I've gone now because I've got the. I think I would go Onana, Delo, Maguire, Lissandro, Wan-Bissaka because I don't know what's going on with Lindelof and Varane because I thought he was injured. Casemiro, I think he'll be back and ready to go, and he was decent against Chelsea last time, so I hope Casemiro plays. Mainu and Bruno in the midfield. Garnacho, Højlund, and I also think Mount might start. I think he might give him a start. But it's optimistic because he always starts Rashford, so yeah, but a bit of a wild card there.
Yeah. Aaron, go for it.
Similar, I think I went Onana, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
And I think I went McTominay, Mainu, and Bruno.
Yeah.
And then it was Mount, Højlund, and Garnacho. I think the only thing like different I think is that they'll save Casemiro till Sunday. He may get like I don't know. He might get like 30 minutes. I feel, but I feel like they may save him till Sunday.
He did score the. Do you remember what game is it? Stamford Bridge, that last minute
header.
He jumped into the crowd, didn't he? So
we battered them that first half as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely battered him.
Yeah. So. My team, I've got Onana. I think Varane comes back in. I don't think Maguire's quite ready yet. I think he chucks Leacher back in. Dallo and Wan-Bissaka as the fullbacks. I think you're right. Casemiro comes in. I think Mainu looked really fucking tired in that game. So I think
Garnacho did as well.
Well, that's why I've put Mount as well. But McTominay, Casemiro, Bruno, I think that's going to be what it is. Rashford, I want him to drop him, but he's not gonna. Let's face it. Højlund up top, and then I think he puts Mount on the right. He got that goal. He's going to reward him. Garnacho, like you said, looked absolutely knackered. So give him a rest. Put Mount in there. I think that'll be the team.
Yeah. Lindelof the goat saying I thought Varane was out for the season. Not as far as I was aware. He's not. I've not seen anything about that.
Surely.
I think it's a bit dubious with a name like Lindelof the goat. I think you're trying to push for Lindelof to get a start there, right?
He wants Lindelof in there.
Lindelof's burner account.
Okay then. Score prediction. Who wants to kick us off with this positive score prediction?
1-1.
I just want to hear something positive from Sam.
1-1.
What was that, Sam?
1-1 as positive I can get. I can't.
Do you want to goal scorers?
Højlund and Palmer.
I'm going to go 2-2. Højlund to get both. And then Chelsea. Sterling. And
Sterling. The odds would be big on that.
Conor Gallagher.
Fuck off. If he scores, I'm done, mate. If Conor Gallagher scores against us, I'm fucking done. I would have to rename this channel like here because we've got a set of draws here. We've all gone 1-1, 1-1, 2-2. I've gone 1-1. I think Mount scores again against Chelsea. Does he celebrate? Would you celebrate? More to the point. That's the question.
Yeah, right.
Would you, Sam? If you Mount, you score?
If I put it in the context of, say, I played for United as he grew up a Chelsea fan, didn't he?
Chelsea boy, born and bred.
Yeah. So if I grew up a United fan, played for United, and left, and then scored against, I probably wouldn't myself.
But you're also equally thinking like it's like the devil and an angel on either side. You're thinking, I like the shithousery and giving it back a little bit in it. So
I don't think he would. I don't think he would.
I've never liked the not celebrating against your old team. It's like you can celebrate and not be disrespectful. I mean, if he was giving it to the fans, like fucking
like that,
yeah,
like giving it all that,
yeah. But you scored a goal for your team, and especially if it's like the winning goal or to put you in the lead, why not celebrate?
Do you know what hurt? Do you remember when Ronaldo came back with Madrid and scored? Yeah. That hurt. That hurt. Because if he would have celebrated then,
do you know what hurt? Boy. To go down a lower level, do you know what hurt me? You know when Danny Welbeck went to Arsenal and scored against us, and then did like a little dance.
That was one night in the FA Cup to knock us out or something.
Yeah, that upset me. That really upset me.
Adebayor's was arguably the worst one, wasn't it? Arsenal and Tottenham.
He ran to the other side of the pit.
The other end to fucking do it all that. Oh my god! Like, that is like crazy. That's fucking.
I'm sure Van Persie celebrated every time he scored against Arsenal.
Oh, I reckon so. Sounds about right. I'm going to read out a couple of comments just before we head off. Mount also returns to Stamford Bridge on a personal note. Mainu is your best player for me right now. I think we'd probably all agree with that. Either him or Delo, I'd say. Ahmad served his suspension, right? Yeah, Ahmad could be in for that. I've not even spoken about Ahmad Diallo, to be fair. Completely forgot about that.
Don't see him starting.
Definitely. I don't see him starting, but I think he should definitely get some minutes. Like, he's earned it. Question, please. Why won't Erik ten Hag drop Rashford? Who wants to answer that?
God knows. Has he got pictures of him in a compromising position? Like, I fucking don't know at this point.
What? I heard someone describe Ten Hag as the other day. A soft-boiled egg in a suit. I know that's dead random, but it just...
Do you know what meme I saw? Do you know I Need a Doctor, Dr. Dre and Eminem? Where he's speaking into the tank. And he's Anthony. Anthony. He's like, you're supposed to be my mentor. Like...
It was you who believed in me when everyone was done.
Don't sign me in the club. I fucking hell. Like, these people are geniuses. I love it.
If I was to answer that, Simon, I'd probably say because he believes Rashford is going to get that form back from last year, but he's kind of been sat on that fucking hill for all season.
There's a bunch of these players in this team, like, we've said it many times, where it's like, on their day, they can create something special. Bruno, Rashford, like those kind of people.
Yeah.
But we've been waiting for their day all
day.
season. And it's not happened. Like, it's not happened. Yeah. And he seems to continue to hope that it's going to happen at some point, and it just hasn't. So.
Yeah. It's like that bird from the Titanic, innit? 84 years.
I just want lad as well. Yeah. And I ain't got a personal vendetta against
There we go.
He's going to crying. Is it crying? Is this what
Todd's not here anymore.
Oh, okay.
Nah, it's Dallo, man. Like,
oh, for fuck's sake.
He's playing well, don't get me wrong, and he's one of our best players at the minute. But I seen someone, I think it was Gary Neville again, man. He was sat there going on the overlap. Yeah, Dallo's been really good all season. No, he hasn't. Remember the first half of the season? He was fucking shocking. Like,
yeah, he was bad.
What's Aaron got? Aaron's got something against fullbacks. He doesn't like Zinchenko. He doesn't like Dallo. Like, he's got a thing for fullbacks, man.
I think
Zinchenko's not footballing reasons why I don't like that guy. But with Dallo, I think praised is where, like, obviously where it's due, but it's like, don't just forget, like, he's done this before where he's had a real good.
Yeah.
I think it was under Rangnick when he started, and he was really good. And
he was the most improved player, wasn't he? Under Rangnick, I remember when he first came in.
I feel like this happens too much at United, and this is where they get too much complacency and leeway. Where, like, I'm not sold. I want to see that for a full season.
Definitely.
He did it before the Euros, didn't he? Before the Euros, not the Euros, the World Cup in Qatar. For that period up until December, he was fantastic for us. He went to the World Cup, got injured. Wan-Bissaka took his spot, didn't he? And Wan-Bissaka
that was it.
And then when he was coming back in the team, he looked like shit. Like, he looked awful. And he's like, no, you got to play Wan-Bissaka. And Wan-Bissaka was like the better player for the second half of the season.
In the same breath, though, we're relatively lucky that he's stayed fit all season because we haven't had any fucking fullbacks whatsoever. Yeah. And he's done a job at left back as well. So, in fairness to him in that light.
At least we know Malacia is alive. We found that out this week, didn't we?
Is he back in training though?
No. He's had another setback.
We know he's had 2 surgeries and he's had setbacks, so we know he's alive. Like, we know he's not missing. So.
Yeah. I've just filmed a load of shots. Then I was done a combined United and Chelsea. I'm not going to go into it because obviously I'll save that for a thing. But I actually put Gusto ahead of Dalot. I know Dalot's been like really, really good for us this season, but I've watched Gusto for Chelsea numerous times and he's a better right back. We should have bought Gusto.
Yeah, we should have gone in for him. Because he wasn't that expensive either, was he? Was it Leon?
No, 30, 40 mil, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, Leon.
Yeah, really good.
That's a perfect sort of fullback. But
I bet that was a hard one to make, wasn't it? United and Chelsea combined 11.
To be honest, I surprised myself because I was like, there's quite a few Chelsea players in here. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, you'll see that anyway. I'll drop that on Thursday. It's Sam saying 3-2 United. Simon Davis saying Palmer first goal, 2-1 Chelsea. Oh, God. Henry Jones saying I'd give them the middle finger. I mean, I don't know if...
Celebration.
Is it about celebration? Yeah. Out of context, that can seem very, very weird. It comes down to morals. Did you cry? I'm not sure if he's relating to the Ronaldo situation. Because he earns the most in relation to Rashford. And Varane has got a concussion. Bet he doesn't play. You might be right.
He's not got a concussion now. The thing I was referring to, he's talked to L'Equipe about having concussion previous in the season, and that's why he didn't play 2 games, and we didn't know why. And apparently that's what it was. But he's not got a concussion now, but he did have
okay.
Yeah. Cool. A couple of things for the members, community, etc. We're going to be live, obviously, on Thursday for the game pre-match and post-match. If you haven't seen the video that I did yesterday on Jason Wilcox resigning from Southampton, all the information is stacked in that video, so make sure you go check that out. And multiple other videos that you haven't seen on the channel as well. There's a new members video that I've just recorded. Just need to edit it and put that out. And loads of other shit as well. So, as always, turn on that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed already. Share to a friend and check us out on socials as well. Sam, have I missed anything before we head off?
No. There'll be some sort of show tomorrow, so please do tune in. We'll figure it out tomorrow, but yeah, please do tune in tomorrow. And we've got some good guests coming on soon, so keep your eyes peeled. It'll be fun.
Yeah. Aaron, what are you doing tonight, mate?
Chilling. I've started
nursing that back.
Yeah, literally. Miss going to give me a massage, I think.
Hey, get the baby oil out.
And we're demonetized.
We don't want another baby. That's what we don't want.
Oh yeah, well,
Nah, I've restarted Game of Thrones, so I'm going to watch that.
For God's sake.
Why
have you brought this up?
You see that, Sam?
Why?
You see that?
Stop it.
Restarting it, that's how good it is. He's restarting. I watched it 5 times.
You've done this. You've done this deliberately, Aaron. You've done this deliberately.
Yeah. I'll leave your favourite dragon in the comment section, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.